before that was a short instrumental called Lightning Strikes, and it's based on some ideas, some typical riffs and licks Lightning played in the key of A. And especially in his older period, the recording period between 1946 and 52. And when he recorded on electric guitar, by the way. And I took a lot of ideas from a song called Fast Male Rambler. Check that out. And we're in standard tune, no sorry, we're not in standard tuning, we're in drop D tuning. A lot of Texan guitarists played in drop D tuning when playing in the key of A. To have that low bass string when they go to the 4 chord, the D. Also Mance Lipscomb played often in this key and in the key of A, or in this tuning in the key of A. For example, his song called Angel Child, which I also recorded, is in that key and tuning. So, and on top of that, I'm not only in drop D tuning, but also tune the half step low. So this gives you a D sharp, A sharp, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and C sharp. Alright, the song is in really a shuffle rhythm, so 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And it has a lot of double basses, so to speak. And well, the trick is sometimes you have to play them and sometimes you don't have to play them. And Lightnin also mixed that very much. It was not always like that all the time. He mixed in single basses and sometimes no bass. Okay, let's start with the first 3 measures. And I'm using what I call the country blues bass, so I play it open and then I mute it like that. And especially when there's not much going on in the trebles, you will hear that very clearly. Otherwise, when we're doing a lot of stuff in the trebles, it's slightly muted more. I can't do like that when playing the high strings. Okay, let's start with the first 3 measures. So we start with our long E chord and then open it, and the 3rd beat is a trill. Lightnin, by the way, didn't use his pinky at all, and he had very long and strong hands. He used his 3rd finger to play that long A chord like that. And in the 3rd beat we have 2 basses. And again, I keep the long A chord as long as possible, because when you hit the bass hard like I do, then the underlying strings will also ring. And if you form a chord, that sound will be more, let's say, pleasant to the ears. Now we have 2 bends. Tuning down is also beneficial to do bends, because you have less tension on the strings. And now we have a single string run, going to the 5th fret, and the 1st string is ringing open. And 3 triplets. Some people say that, and sometimes I also think that, he played with his thumb much on the treble strings. But when you see videos in his later years, when he plays in the key of A, he didn't do that. So you have a choice here. You can play it all with the thumb if you want. Or with one finger, like Lightnin did. I tend to use my middle finger for the first string. And also for this run. Well, sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. And 4th and 5th and 6th beat. So in the 4th beat we're going back to our long A chord. And notice the muting of the bass. And then sliding into the D7, which is a C7 when you remove your outer fingers here and place it on the 1st string and the 3rd string. And you have a C7 moved up a D7. And of course we can use our D bass here to accompany that chord. So and listen to that bang bang. And then we're going to another D7, which is used often in the key of A. And then I change the bass. You could stay in that bass, but just for variety I change to the 5th string, the A. Two bends. You can bend the whole thing, the whole chords, also that finger here, which is already in place for that 2nd beat. A quick hammer on pull off. Now in the last beat, you can do that with a bar, or like that, or whatever works for you. And we're back in our long A chords. And walking into the E7. You'll notice that this, although we have 2 verses, none of them have, well, the last one has 12 beats, 12 measures, but the first verse has only 10 measures. Like often Lightnin was short in his number of measures. He was very irregular. Like most blues men who played solo, 12 bar blues is only, well, if you play with others you have to make, well, agree on 12 bars, of course. Okay, so we're on measure 7. So we had a long chord and that walk in into the E7 chord. And you can do that best with your 3rd finger. I don't know if I did. But then it's already in place to play that E7. And you'll have to temp wrap here because, well, this doesn't work, of course. We're tuned down 2 steps, remember, that string, that 6th string. So the E7 is a normal E7, but we wrap the 6th string on the 2nd fret. And 2 strings are ringing here, a bit sloppy. And with a bend. And again we have that run to the 5th fret with the 1st string in the knees and with the 2nd, and then and the last beat of the 9th measure is not a triplet, so we can let that bend ring a little bit. And this is what we're seeing in the 2nd verse, more or less. So then we have the 2nd verse, which is a starts with a single string solo, and we're going to the 12th fret, and we had an open E string there. So 12, 12, 12, 2 beats, then 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, and then again that phrase. Now, in the 12th bar, we have that. We have a little rest there, and then picking up on the downbeat. And those are very rapid hammer-ons. And slide down, open. And those runs, ascending runs, I really try to put in some dynamics. So I'm accelerating slightly and playing harder at the end. And we're walking into our D7. Notice the bass. Bam, bam. Chords, and then bar 18. I'm holding the chord, and then we're freehanding. Our E7, don't forget the temp rap. Strum down. And then we're going into that single string run. And again, I'm trying to put some emotion in it. That is playing a little bit softer. Notice the mute also. Alright, that's it for Lightnin Strikes.